Damn. Imagine we were short. Imagine we were short. I hate it.
Oh, man. I hate it too.
Damn, my bad. I'm sorry. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is L.A.N Party podcast. I am Greg.
That was different. It's your boy Luther.
And Imani's not here. She's not here with us today because she had to poop.
A major poop.
Major poop.
Should we put like a picture of Imani? Like every time there's like a wide shot of us, we just put a picture in the middle.
Mm-hmm. We could put like the smelly things around her.
The Spidey sense squiggly.
Yeah, the Spidey sense squiggly, but then, like we have to like doo-doo emojis around her. So every time she'll come or someone doesn't come, that's just the treatment they get. I like that idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so first things first, let's talk Marvel. Marvel has a couple of things coming out in 2025 that look very promising. And I am predicting now, and quote me, I predict 2025 is the year of Marvel. That's the comeback year. And I'll explain why. Number one, I've never seen a booty animated Spider-Man series. Never seen one. Number two, the new Captain America movie is giving Winter Soldier vibes. They're lowering the stakes. It's getting back to the basics, getting back to what succeeded, right? What If is always fire. We're getting a Marvel Zombies. The Thunderbolts is the answer to the Suicide Squad for Marvel. Where are they fumbling next year?
Is it though?
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I thought Suicide Squad was the answer to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but we don't got those no more, do we?
No, but like James Gunn did both.
Mm-hmm.
But like his version of Suicide Squad was just DC Guardians of the Galaxy.
True.
So I feel like that is the answer to Marvel, even though it's the same person. But like because it was the same vibes.
I think that's just how he shoot things in general. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Like Slither felt like that a little bit.
I ain't watched Slither.
Slither was nasty as hell. It was nasty as hell. But it was a horror movie, but it was like a wacky horror movie. Like he shoots things in a very wacky manner, right? So regardless of such, I think then what would we say is adjacent for the Thunderbolts then?
No, like saying it's a Suicide Squad is accurate, but like
yeah.
I don't want to say it's an answer to DC Suicide Squad because we already have Guardians. So that slot was already filled.
It's already filled at that point.
Exactly. Suicide Squad is just DC's answer to Marvel's Guardians. And now we got Thunderbolts, which is just like
add-on.
Yeah, it's like an add-on.
And they gave Bucky his aura back.
Yeah.
They gave Bucky back his aura. I don't know what they had him moping and soaping and doing too much. They gave him back his aura. We're getting the Winter Soldier, not Bucky.
Lowercase b Bucky.
Lowercase b Bucky.
Now we got capital B.
We got capital Bucky. B Bucky. I'm gonna say the big buck. Ayo, pause. But that's what we're getting this time around. And I'm excited for it. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's good.
And then we have Wonder Man at the end. I'm kind of nervous about that.
Yeah, I wasn't too sold on it. So
I don't know what we're doing there.
I don't exactly know what exactly they're going for with the Wonder Man thing. Like, they had Trevor in it. The fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3. So,
okay.
I'm not really sure what kind of vibe they're going for with that. So I don't know.
Was he also Black Manta?
Yeah.
Is he also from that one episode of Black Mirror?
Yeah. With Falcon.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
okay. So they'll probably meet in this universe too?
All right. I mean, maybe, but I don't really recall Falcon and Wonder Man really meeting in the comic books, if anything, unless it's like a big superhero meetup.
And made him black. I don't think his race was important to the character, so it makes sense in my head.
No. The only thing important about Wonder Man is his role in bringing back Vision.
Not only that, I think Wonder Man
to me anyway. Maybe there's more, but like,
was it Wonder Man or Captain Marvel that Rogue gets her like flight and super strength from?
She got it from Carol
Danvers.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, she did.
I thought she got it from a Kree warrior.
She got it from Carol Danvers.
Now Wonder Man plays a part in this.
As far as I know, unless maybe I'm confusing like X-Men the animated series canon with comic book canon, but as far as I know, in my head, Rogue got her powers from Miss Marvel. So
we'll circle back to that. Not too sure. What are your thoughts on Marvel 2025?
I'm not as excited for like Marvel properties as I used to be, but I feel like, and I don't think that's because they suck, right?
That's extreme.
Like, I'm not saying that they're trash, right? I'm not gonna be like those people on the internet that be in the comments that be like MCU, Marvel gone woke, all that extra BS. Like that's not, because I liked Eternals, I liked Spider-Man, I liked what else came out post Endgame?
Black Widow.
I did not like Black Widow. I did not like Black Widow. But Shang-Chi was good. Okay. What else did we get in that? Black Panther 2 I loved. There's some people that really heavily criticize Black Panther 2, and you
gotta work with what you got.
You know why? Because a lot of people that don't like it don't look like this. But like anyway, but the point is, I think where they really fell off was the shows more so than the movies.
Now, Agatha went crazy.
I didn't finish it, but Agatha was surprisingly good. I thought Agatha was gonna be like another show. I'm like, it's whatever, right? Loki is great, but Falcon and Winter Soldier was.
It was a good. I think Falcon Winter Soldier was a good setup show.
Yeah, but the payoff is taking too goddamn long. Like, Captain America 4 is not coming out till next year, right?
In like 2 months.
Oh, but
it's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Right, but the show dropped like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-3 years ago. Like, the setup and then make people wait like 3 years for the payoff is
lackluster.
It wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Because like with WandaVision, we got WandaVision, and then what? By the end of that year, we got Doctor Strange, in which Wanda was in, and it continued her storyline from WandaVision.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that they're just not placing the shows in a proper lead up order to the movies? And if they did so, would that happen?
Yeah, there's no hype for the next project anymore like there used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless of what people think about Endgame, people were hyped for the lead up to Endgame. People were hyped for the lead up to Infinity War. People were hyped for the lead up for the first Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There was always and even that self, like the property itself would be interesting before they, give you hints to what's next.
Because Captain Marvel 3 came out after Endgame, but the lead up wasn't they did a proper lead up with Miss Marvel, right? Did he not?
For what?
Going into that movie.
The Marvels?
Yeah, there we go. The Marvels. I thought it was Captain Marvel 3, my fault.
They didn't even really set up the Marvels properly with Miss Marvel's series. I forgot all about Miss Marvel. I mean, I rather enjoyed Miss Marvel's series, but I thought it was okay. I think, if anything, they set up the X-Men more than they set up the Marvels for Miss Marvel.
So I think that based off of what you're saying, I think it's not that the shows were completely butt. I just think that they didn't space them out correctly.
Secret Invasion was ass. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah,
and I was actually excited for that. I didn't
Secret
even
Invasion
finish
was
that,
cool in
bro.
theory. It was butt.
Like, I didn't even finish that. I thought it was gonna be dope. I thought we were gonna get the Winter Soldier vibes, but in a show, and we didn't. And I'm just like, what is this?
That was cheeks.
I didn't even finish the show, man.
It was espionage done wrong.
It wasn't, and just wasn't feeling it. But
I think every other Marvel show, it's either it's really bad, it's all right, or it's good. Moon Knight wasn't bad. I liked Moonlight.
Moon Knight was okay.
I liked Moon Knight.
I didn't really know what to take from it, though.
True. I think it.
Because another thing they keep doing is they just keep like releasing like shows and characters and introducing things, but they're not giving you an idea of what it ties into. They just be dropping things. You know, like I think people will be okay with you introducing new characters and things of that sort if you can show them how does this tie in to what we already have. If it's not just spectacular. Like Guardians of the Galaxy came out of nowhere as a movie, right? People were like, how the hell does this tie in, right? But the movie itself was so enjoyable, people didn't care where it fit in the Marvel timeline at that time because it was actually a good movie. What we're getting now, it's like things be like a bit lackluster because like you're trying to introduce these characters, but you're not making it easy for people to like them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it only worked for Guardians.
But that's why I think 2025 is the year. Because I don't think they're taking many risks. The biggest risk I feel like they're taking is Thunderbolts and Wonder Man. They're bringing back Daredevil.
Thunderbolts I don't even think is a big risk. It's a bunch of characters we're already familiar with.
You see?
People know Bucky. People know Yelena. And we know U.S. Agent. They might have forgotten about Ghost from the Ant-Man movies, but they bringing her back. And now they introducing Sentry.
That's the risk.
Sentry might be the risk. They'd be like, who the hell is this guy? And if they even show how immensely powerful he is in this movie,
that's a risk within itself. I think a character like Sentry with a cast of non-super people, that's a risk.
So I think they need to like bring it back to what they were doing in like the first few phases, where it's like
scale it down, bring it back up.
We have a storyline, we have a timeline that we're going with. No pun intended. Like the whole He Who Remains BS, but like because like they did with Blade has been delayed indefinitely because Blade and Nova got delayed because they're like it doesn't fit in with the multiverse saga. So why the hell was you making it? And the multiverse saga was now. And you want to make a Blade story, but it doesn't tie in to your current arc. Why did you even start to make it without that in mind?
You cooking?
You know what I'm saying? Like so, like all they need to do is just make sure everything tied in, but it just doesn't feel like everything was tying in properly, and so everything just felt like separate projects. They're like just throwing shit out there for you to just watch. And then eventually bring them back in. Like, yeah, you remember that show we dropped? But yeah, now they're in this storyline and that storyline. And now here's the big bad. That's not what they did in the beginning. In the first Marvel arc. We had the introductions to the characters, the ends of those movies tied into a larger story. And each one of those movies had their own tie-in to the same larger story to get people thinking, I wonder what's going to happen. Because all these things tie into the same, like, bigger narrative. We don't know what the bigger narrative is for the multiverse saga. Like, it was supposed to be Kang, but then they go and fire Jonathan Majors. So, like, but even when it was Kang, it still didn't feel like everything was, like, pulling towards Kang as the big bad.
They showed him off too early.
Like, Ant-Man fought him and beat him already. You can't take that seriously as a big bad if one of your lesser characters in their main movie beat the big bad, even if there's multiple versions of him. And that one was the closest one to the one we got in the comic books. So, like, it didn't make sense.
So, Luther's giving it a mid.
Right now it's mid.
It's mid too?
Bro, it's mid.
All right.
It's a combination of them not tying things in, and also it's been around for, 15 years now? You kind of get tired of things after a while. So.
All right. So, with that being said, I'm giving it a high rating. I think Marvel 2025... I'm giving it a high rating. I think Marvel 2025 will be very impactful. It'll be very entertaining. It's like, man, it's mid.
It's going to be mid. Like, Daredevil's going to be fire. You know that. And like you said, there's never a bad Spider-Man animation.
And we started Spider-Man.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Marvel Zombies, I'm sure they'll be all right. I never watched season 2 of What If, so it's whatever. And I'm sure season 3 will be probably just as good as the first 2 seasons. I don't know.
Listen,
so
we
got the Wakanda animations, et cetera, et cetera.
I forgot
they got good projects, but I think the overall package is not going to hit the same.
We'll see. I have faith this year. They failed me this year. I'm not going back.
All right, well, we might be surprised because Agatha surprised me. So
I was rooting from Agatha from the beginning.
it didn't look good from
The trailers made me go, this is going to be
It looked
good.
so campy and like just so Disney.
Did you see that did you finish? Where are you up to in Agatha?
Probably like 2 episodes behind.
So did you see the tarot card episode?
Yes.
Let's moving on. Just in case.
The last thing I left off at was right after she had to confront her mom. The Ouija board one.
You're not 2 episodes behind.
Oh, so like 3 episodes.
You're like 3 to 4.
Whatever. But that was because at the time that was the most recent episode.
Because
And then I just stopped so I don't have to keep watching week over week.
The last week was 2 episodes. So you're like 3 to 4.
Oh, okay. The season finale was like 2. Gotcha.
Season finale was kind of sus, but like I still mess with it.
Yeah, so like when Billy pulled up on some like, ooh, I'm Billy, like that's the last time.
I'm wicked.
Surprise! Everybody's like, yeah, bro,
we know already.
Kinda, you look just like the guy. Like, I'm not shocked, but yeah,
Never.
That's where I left off.
Copy. You ready for today's question of the day?
Let's do it.
That's what I got from the internet. You ready?
Whose internet? Beyonce's internet?
Beyonce's internet. No, I got this from SZA's internet. Correction.
It's SZA's internet. Now.
SZA's internet.
Gotcha. I don't know when that changed, but all right.
Just for me. Today's question of the don't make me laugh. All right. Today's question of the day is: would you rather get rich by doing something very important? I'm just thinking about it, make me laugh. Today's question of the day is: would you rather get rich doing something very disappointing, like that your family will find disappointing, or make half of what you make now for the rest of your life? Your family, whatever you do to get rich, your family finds it to be disappointing.
Oh, that's easy, bro. I'm going with the first option.
Nah, wait.
Rich. Hear me out, because
okay,
we come from Caribbean backgrounds.
Okay.
There are so many things that they can count as disappointing. There's regular things.
I didn't think of it like that.
Like, come on, like you're Haitian, I'm Guyanese, right? If you're not a doctor, your mother's disappointed, bro. You can do anything else. All right? You can become a rapper, making millions. Your mom disappointed. You're not a doctor. You should have been a doctor. Right? My mom, she was disappointed with me trying to be a programmer. Instead of like doing like liberal arts degree or something, or like joining the military, some stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so easy to disappoint a Caribbean family, bro. So you can literally do so many things and make money, and they'll be disappointed, and you still have your ego. You still have your dignity. All right? It don't gotta be like OnlyFans or something. Like, it don't gotta be anything of that sort, guys. It's that my Caribbean people, I know y'all can relate. Even African families. African nations, bro. Same thing, bro. Like, there's so many things you could do where they'd be disappointed, but you're successful. Make it make sense, as opposed to making half of what I'm making now just to make sure my family's like, oh yeah, you're doing great. Nah, man. I'll take the disappointment route.
You cooked me just now.
I'll take the disappointment route. That was too easy.
Nah,
that was way too easy, bro.
That was the easiest I've ever been on one of these goddamn questions. Because you know what it was? When I think of disappointing my family, it's like something real like sus, right? Like,
no, I get it. I understand. Yeah.
You're like, who cares? They disappointed for less. I'm like, you know
they
what?
be disappointed for so much less.
You're kind of,
and you're making so much more. You think if I explained this to my mom, like, hey, mom, this is, if I told her, like, this is what I'm doing for a living, you think she appreciate that?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel bad for him.
No, I'm just saying, go home and explain the whole L.A.N Party thing to your mother and tell her this is what you do for a living. Even if it's not, but tell her this is what I do for a living.
Just for context, what you think,
I talk about video games and comic books with my friends.
Just for context, for anyone who's watching, you know what my mother thinks I do? My mother thinks that I just play video games all day. She's like,
disappointment.
She'll come in the room. Go back to school.
Go back to school.
Go
Exactly.
back to school. And then she'll close the door.
My mom like, you don't want to go back to school? I'm like, no.
Get out my face.
Want to be in educational debt.
Yo, listen.
For what? So if I explain this whole LAN party thing to my mom, one, she'll be confused. She won't get it. Two, she's not going to care. So like, you know, she'd rather me be a doctor, be a lawyer, join the military or something like that. You know, professions that she knows are successful professions.
To her purview, what success is,
right?
Basically, yeah. No, my mom. Even I explained it to her, like she's like, "Oh, go to school, go to a school," and like she started talking shit to me. Excuse me.
Exactly. So the moment you mention comic books and video games, et cetera, their brain is already turned off to it. Mm-hmm. They're just like, what?
Like I had to show my mother once, for her to get off my back, I had to kind of show her like all the events from one year. And just like the totals and shit like that. Keep cursing. Please bleep these out. Like, and she looked at me, she's like, I don't care. I'm like, what you mean you don't care?
Damn,
I don't care,
bro.
Oh.
So
you stay on all day, you play that game, you just play the game all day. I need help around the house. I'm like, what do you need help with? She's like, oh, I can't pick up the bag on the floor. Oh, you can't pick up the bag? No, I can't pick up the bag off the floor. That's the conversations between me and my mother. I can't pick up the bag on the floor. You play the game all day, you can't pick up the bag on the floor. I don't even know the bag's on the floor because I don't leave the damn room.
So now we multiply that by like 5, with like aunts and uncles and stuff around the same age, from the same country, with the same mindset. Like, it's very easy to disappoint our family in this culture, bro.
Now wait,
it's not hard.
Defense, my aunts and uncles, they love what I'm doing.
Oh, I love that for you, bro.
They understand that. When it comes to her,
so by family you mean like extended family or just immediate family, like, you know, parents, siblings?
All right, so
children.
My siblings know what I do.
I don't have any children.
Me neither. Disclaimer. We have no kids.
No kids.
But my brother and sister know what I do, right? Both my sisters, I think they appreciate what I do. It's very much I stay out the way. I think everyone besides my mother is like, oh, you really stuck to what you loved growing up, right? It may not be as lucrative we would want it to be, right? But it was a thing of like, this was the thing that kind of kept us out of trouble. And then we transitioned it as adults and we're still doing it. And to some degree, we're able to make it profitable. So now they're like, oh, keep going. My mom is very much, when you going to have their babies? Like, she's like, when is her next grandchild come? Like, sure, you got like 7.
My mom said the same thing. When you have kids, like, I don't know, bro.
Pump the brakes, please.
I need you to relax.
Please.
You got kids' money?
They never do.
Exactly.
They never do.
You got kids' money?
But you know what? They don't. But they got I'll watch your kids while you go run around the street town. They got that. I know. My mother.
I don't have that, though. My mom's in Atlanta.
You're cooked.
It's like,
you're cooked.
My mom's in Atlanta. She's not watching nobody unless you come back to New York.
Nah, for me, if I was to have a kid, I know my mother is straight. She don't got nothing to do anyway. She be in the living room all day watching The Price is Right, up into All My Children, to General Hospital. Then she go back and she scurry in her room to come right back out to watch Dancing with the Stars.
Don't forget those Chinese dramas.
My mom loves those Chinese dramas. And it don't even
Chinese
be like
dramas, bro.
It don't even be like the Chinese dramas or like the Asian dramas in the current day. It be the Asian dramas back in the feudal era. She loves that, bro. My mother loves that. I'm not even gonna mimic their language, but she's just oh. Wow! Like she be clapping her hands. My knees. She be clapping her hands. She be pointing at the screen. My mama love her good subtitle.
I've sat down and watched one of them with Small before while I was waiting for him. He was going somewhere, I forget. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna chill with your moms real quick. I'm sitting there watching it in the living room with her. It was pretty interesting.
I don't know how
it was a lot of drama. There was a mom who didn't want her son to marry this specific woman, and he had to marry another specific woman. It was a whole bunch of, and then the mom didn't like the woman that he married, but she's already like princess or queen or whatever, like royalty, but she didn't like the mom. But then they just like, yeah, but you queen because you married her son. Like it was drama, bro. Crazy.
Can't do
Crazy.
Can't do it. Is there anything you're looking forward to in 2025, like game or show wise or movie?
Games. I feel like all the games that I really wanted already came out
Okay.
for this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Sonic Generation's already out.
Was it good?
I would assume so. Honestly, I didn't buy it, but
Wow.
I mean, I felt like there was other things to buy in the moment, and you know, finances will finance.
I feel that way when I don't buy a new Zelda game immediately.
You know, because like the only new thing was Shadow's storyline. Everything else was just Sonic Generations, which I already have on PC. So like, I was thinking to myself, do I really want to just buy this game again for PC again, just for the Shadow storyline? Because everything else is the same.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing different is Shadow. Sonic side plays the same, so I felt like it wasn't worth me purchasing it on PC when I'm literally looking at it on my desktop every day. Sonic Generations is right there.
All right, so besides games, is there any like movies or shows you're looking forward to?
Captain America seems cool.
I'm hyped for Captain America.
Yeah.
There's one movie I'm looking forward to. It's called One of Them Days, and it has SZA in it.
Oh, the SZA Keke Palmer joint?
I'm actually excited. I'm excited to see that movie.
I'm gonna watch the movie, but it ain't because I want to see the movie.
You know, we going for the same reason?
We going for the same reason, but two different people.
For me, it's very much for me. You say you got a girl.
You know what I'm saying? I know you going for SZA. I'm going for Keke.
Got a girl.
I like SZA,
What?
but I like Keke.
Listen, all I'm saying is, I just want my man is your man is our man, everybody man too. What? Might jump
I
at
can't
the
quote
screen.
any Keke Palmer songs, but like,
You better start spelling shit.
yeah, but you know, but I love me some True Jackson VP. So
All right, there we go. What's the theme song for that?
I don't know. Man. I don't know the words, man.
Yo, bro, I don't even know what the movie's about. It's about not paying rent. I don't care about none of that. I'm trying to see SZA.
It's like a Friday type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
or Dope.
Ooh, but I think it's produced by Hooray Media, so I think it's Issa, right? Issa Rae.
Yeah.
Does Issa Rae have any like movies under her belt, like through her production company? Huh. So that should be interesting. It's gonna be shot like Insecure, but just on the big screen.
Seems okay to me. People like Insecure.
I like the shooting style. I like the shooting style of Insecure. So you're absolutely correct. So, but again, I'm just there for SZA.
But yeah, so yeah, there's nothing really left for 2024. Everything else is.
You played yourself. What about Ghost of Yotai?
That's this year?
2025.
Oh, you said. I thought you meant the rest of this year. You meant for next year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ghost of Yote for sure. Ghost of Yote. Oh, my fault. I misheard you, bro. Yeah, Ghost of Yote, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Editions coming to Switch.
What the frick is a definitive edition?
It's the definitive edition. Most likely, yeah, all the DLC, you know, another graphical bump a little bit, you know, and probably like a after story type thing. You know, they'll probably add a little bit more lore to it. That's what they did for Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Definitive Edition. Right? There is no Definitive Edition for 2 because 2 debuted on the Switch, so it wasn't a port. So that I guess that is the Definitive Edition because they made it for Switch. But Xenoblade Chronicles X was on Wii U.
So when a game has Definitive Edition in the title,
because they get to add things to it, you know, like updates and changes and stuff. So like this is the version of the game. You know what I'm saying?
So when you're playing the game, you should wait for the Definitive Edition?
Not all the time, because these are ports. Like these were on, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was on the Wii.
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles X was Wii U like 10 years ago, 11 years ago type of thing.
And this is the Definitive Edition.
So now they're porting it over to the Switch. Now they could add a little bit extra things. They could add like tiny bits of lore or whatever that, you know, they couldn't really add from before because 2 whole games didn't exist at the time they made that game. So that's great. That's good. That's good.
All right. That's funny. He said the definitive edition. I don't know. I've never played a definitive edition of no game before.
Yeah, you did.
What game?
Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the definitive edition of Mario Kart 8.
I'm about to knock this whole thing. I'm about to knock everything over.
Came with all the DLC, and they added more stuff to it.
I bet. You know what? You know why it's not the definitive edition? Because they keep adding things, so it's not definitive.
It is. They keep adding things to Mario Kart 8. It is the definitive edition.
So you can still add things to a definitive edition. It's not.
Yes, you're adding DLC to it.
You can't do that because then it's not definitive.
It is definitive. There's no other version of that game coming out.
You don't know that.
Yes, you do. They are not making another Mario Kart 8.
We thought that. How many times we thought they wasn't gonna make a new Mario Kart 8?
We never thought that.
How many times you think they wasn't gonna make a Mario Kart 8? This is the most remade Mario Kart game of all time.
They only remade it once for the Switch.
From
Mario
Switch?
Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yo, bro.
It came with all the DLC that they had on the Wii U version.
They gonna make a definitive
and then
edition.
They kept adding on to that. This Mario Kart 8, that is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the definitive edition of Mario Kart 8.
So let me make this clear. If they make it,
they're not making another Mario Kart 8 for the next Switch. They're just gonna give you a new Mario Kart.
All right. All I'm saying is that they don't.
But they will. You know why?
Why?
They only put that Mario Kart on the Switch because the Wii U ain't sell. Wii U sold 13 million units, bro. That's whack. They put it on the Switch because the Switch is like, we about to sell this shit again because it didn't really work out on the Wii U.
At full price, too.
Exactly. Well, of course, because they added all the DLC included in it. So, yes. So that is the definitive edition of Mario Kart 8.
Nintendo, the only company that sell an old game for full price today.
They feel like it's worth it, bro.
Definitive edition by behind. I can't do it. I can't spend money on definitive editions.
I will. I'm getting that Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm gonna play it again too.
From the beginning to end.
From beginning to end, bro.
You ain't even beat Metaphor yet, but you about to.
Listen, man.
That's what I'm saying. Why I be buying new games y'all don't be finishing?
Because I will finish 5 games before I ever finish Metaphor.
Listen.
That's an 80-hour game.
How many hours you in so far?
Like 19. And I don't know if that counts of sitting idly on the pause screen, falling asleep at the computer. I don't even think that's 19 hours of straight gameplay. So this is an 80-hour game. Base. Like just straight run through is 80 hours, bro. I'm good.
You're getting cooked.
I'm gonna be playing that shit till like May.
You're getting cooked. He said I'll be playing the game.
That's why I stopped playing it and started playing Dragon Age. Because I was definitely gonna finish Dragon Age before that. I'm gonna finish Zelda before that, and then I'm gonna get right back to Metaphor.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. You're better than me.
Gotta play my games, bro.
Heard you. So this one's a bit of a curveball random topic, but someone online posted something recently. Shout out to OG from Mobcast. He posted this in his story. It was very much, it's about content creators. And what he said was, people need to understand your mutuals are not your fan base. I'm paraphrasing like a mug right now, but that's just the base of what he said. Right? And I realize it's like this constant thing that people do where they mistaking their fan bases and their mutuals are like the same thing when there isn't. And there's no distinct there's no distinction between the two. Right? Why do you feel that is? In your personal opinion, that you've seen, your dealings with people and just watching people.
What do you mean by mutuals?
Huh? So, for instance, right, we don't stream much, guys. Like, so fun fact, like L.A.N Party as a whole, like on our Twitch page, we don't stream much, right? But I also feel as if if we did, if there were like our friends in the stream, like our personal friends or our personal friends we made through content creation, I consider those to be our mutuals.
Okay.
That's not a fan base.
Gotcha.
Right? Those are our peers.
Gotcha.
So your peers are not your fan bases.
Right.
But but I feel like there's this thing where people treat it as such. Right? There's like, yeah, my chat going crazy, but it's like 20 of your mans.
Gotcha.
Like your mans. I don't know. I don't know if that's I feel like there has to be a better way to kind of distinct the difference. Or at least, not be as delusional. It's one of the two.
Listen, delusion will get you a long way, so
true, but
be a little bit delusional to make it in this space, I guess.
Delusional or crazy? Which one is it? I think I'd be a little bit
hand
crazy.
in hand.
But then it's like, at what point are you understanding at what point do you actually see growth if you're using delusion, thinking that your peers are your fan base?
I agree. I have no counterpoint.
That was a question. No, that was a rhetorical.
No, I feel you, but like I understand what you say. I don't have an answer for it because like you just
curveball.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. It's like,
I don't know. I
understand what you're saying. I agree. Yes, you're right.
I think
at one point, I don't know.
I think at some point people got to take a step back and kind of just understand what they're trying to achieve. I think it becomes like an overarching conversation when it comes to consecration as a whole. Like, what are you trying to achieve? Who are you trying to bring this message across, or who are you trying to entertain? And what are you doing to meet those goals?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of delusion, and not the right kind of delusion, as you're saying, that goes into it, where you kind of like get lost. Because if you think like, I don't know, it's no shade, but like, you're not growing. Some people are not growing in a manner that you would like to see. We have moments like that as well, right? But it's never a thing where it's like, I count my peers and my head count of people I'm trying to target. Right. I don't know. I think that there needs to be a clear distinction. I think people need to take the proper time to kind of just understand what they're trying to achieve as a whole when it comes to creation itself.
Mm-hmm.
And to get their head out their asses. I think a part of that is ego as well sometimes. Definitely take your head out your ass. Because I think there's higher levels to this that it won't be achievable if you just keep treating your friends as your fan base, because at that point they will stop tuning in because they'll be streaming at the same time as you, and then you have 0 people in your chat.
Right.
I don't know. But then it's like, what do you do to distinct yourself to be the person you think you are? That one hit. What do you do as a creator to show that you are who you say you are, like to prove your worth to a demographic?
I don't think there's anything you could do purposely for that. Like, well, people will be quick to suss out, like,
grifters and stuff like that.
No, like people who just put on a persona just for the camera. Like, you're not authentically being yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed the people that have the largest fan base are the ones that are authentically themselves in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Like real reactions, real, interactions with the people. Like, like obviously, like everybody puts on a performance, so to speak, when you're on a live stream, right? But like, there's some that it just doesn't seem genuine sometimes. Like, you gotta make it interesting for people, like because like you're not gonna wild out the same way on camera that you would if you was just sitting at home watching TV sometimes. Or some people do. Some people do. I find myself screaming at my TV screen sometimes, like I'm on a live stream or something, and I'm sitting in a basement by myself, just enjoying a TV show or some shit. I'm like, damn, this would have been nice if I could enjoy this with chat, or like when we're in Discord and we're doing watch parties in the Discord and the commentary from everybody, ourselves included, like shit like that. It'd be like, damn, this would have been funny if he was live streaming or something like that, But and some people just like their behavior on screen is like, I know you don't act like that. Like, you don't actually act like that. This just doesn't seem genuine. You're just trying to elicit a reaction from the people that are watching. It's just like, all right.
I'll be getting mad.
And if that's how I feel when I'm watching somebody, I'm not gonna watch them anymore.
Mm-hmm. I be getting mad like when things happen, so I'm glad there's no cameras on me.
You know,
you be hearing me. I be cursing loud, banging on the table. I'll be banging on my computer that's cursing.
You know, like there was times where I thought about like live streaming me in Discord chat watching Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
Because we be dropping some gems when we watching Love Island. Like we be saying some real funny stuff. And we have some like real genuine reactions to what's going on this reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And we really love that shit. But I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep this in-house, with the community and have something to enjoy together with the friends and stuff. Yeah. Something to enjoy, something to look forward to whenever it comes around, bro. Look, I built my own Love Island cult in the Discord.
He definitely did.
It used to just be me.
He definitely did. Like in our Discord, when Love Island comes on, it'd be 11 o'clock at night. They all line up for him to get home, and then they watch it till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Faithfully. And then the next day, Soul Ties is crazy.
Soul Ties is crazy.
Soul Ties is crazy.
Soul Ties is crazy. But listen, it's a democracy. We all ask. We put it up to a vote. Yo, we gonna watch all this or like we gonna go to sleep? The majority rules, and we watch it, and I run it. It's simple.
Speaking of creators reaching that height, that level, Kai Cenat is doing his Mafia-thon right now. And I think his goal is to hit over 300,000 subs.
Mm-hmm.
First off, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
With this, so he's probably like what day is it? Today's the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
So he's day 11th on his stream. He's had a couple special guests. He's had like Glorilla, Little Uzi, DDG, Quavo. Matter of fact, the Quavo segment was pretty funny in my opinion. He played Quavo in like college football, like the game for like 20 bands. Right? Reneged, played him and he lost. So he lost 10. And then he lost a game of rock, paper, scissors for another 10. I will be livid to lose a game of rock, paper, scissors for 10 bands. A 10-band game, rock, paper, scissors, and I lost.
Stakes is high when you got the money.
I'm eating myself. I'm going to yeet myself into a yeet. That's funny. I'm going to eat myself into oblivion. I can't do it. So at one point throughout the Mafia-thon, right before DDG gets on, he gets mic'd up, and he kind of shows behind the curtain. And you're able to see his control room, right? Now, there was a user on not TikTok. There was a user on Twitter. Yeah, thank you. On X. Did you seen it, right?
The user or the video of him behind the scenes?
The video of him behind the scenes.
I've seen the behind the scenes, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna read out the tweet so you have more context for this next question.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how are you keeping up with some of the highlights of the Mafia-thon in any capacity?
No.
So you didn't keep up with the him meeting iCarly?
I did see that. That is like, how can you not?
That was a moment. I was actually like happy.
I seen Kai Carly, bro. Like
that was fire.
That was lit.
That was fire. And I think he met the cast of Good Luck Charlie.
Yes, that's who they were. They had mentioned their names. I'm like, who are these people? Like,
yeah, I've never seen the show.
Me neither.
Never seen the show. Not my generation. But someone tweeted out, I enjoy Kai's content regardless, but when you got a whole team and set up like that, it's no longer just streaming. This should disqualify him from streamer of the year type stuff because it'll be extremely difficult for any basic streamer to compete with this without doing anything extreme or outlandish. Not saying it's impossible, but come on, bro. So because he has because he has an arsenal of a production team, should he be disqualified for streamer of the year?
Damn.
And you see everything that's happening, right? Like it's an extravagant thing. Should he be disqualified?
But who's his competition? Because when you're at that level, pretty sure that's standard amongst any high-end streamer. Like I remember you posted a tweet of DGG on you. Was like, yeah, man, like at this level of production, like everybody more or less has a team that helps them run these sort of productions. And you mentioned that we also used to do things like that. Like we're all not even all used to. We can. You feel me? We also do production things of that sort. We did our own stream for Girls Game Night 3. And we were a production team for that stream. We had like 3 computers and PlayStation 5s and camera setups and all that in the background while we had Sachi hosting it and it was a Twitch stream. But we were the production team for that. So at a certain point, it is difficult to try to keep up with it. But like, who are the nominees for Streamer of the Year? Because I don't think it's just somebody in their college dorm, just streaming from their webcam or something like that made it to Streamer of the Year. If you make it to that point, you probably have a team behind you. So there's probably like a whole production behind it, regardless.
So I'm looking up the nominees right now for Streamer of the Year of like 2024. You had, let's see, and I quote, I don't know any of these freaking people. Creator Dodgeball World Championship by Ludwig. XQC, I've heard of him. Ibea, Loud, Karinga. I don't know none of these people.
All right.
I'm gonna stop right there. I have not the slightest idea, right? But I do think, I had this conversation earlier in the day, and I do think that there should be a category separation of Stream of the Year if he's going to these great lengths for his streams. Because at that point, he's not even competing with anyone at that point. Right? Who is he competing with? Who else is doing that to that scale? Now, understand, L.A.N Party can operate at that scale. Shameless plug, L.A.N Party Studios, L.A.N Party Studios, L.A.N Party Studios. But at what point do we kind of just separate him and put him in his own lane? Because you have to understand, right? There's segments where there's moving cameras. So he has like, they could potentially be bird dogs.
So it's a TV show.
Yes, he's producing a damn near TV show at that point, right? He has I kept up to the best of my abilities just to see what's happening, just to keep up with like what's happening in our like community and stuff like that. And he has cameramen with the big nutty stinking cameras just walking around and stuff like that. And it's like, this is all cool, but then to that person's point, when are we separating him when no one is doing that? Even people in his sphere are not going about it like that.
Valid point.
They're not. I've never, like, no one is going, like, Aiden Ross hasn't done this.
So does that mean Kai has to be penalized for that because he's going above and beyond?
Yeah.
Or does that mean that everybody else has got to step up?
You're also making a valid point by asking that question. I think that
because this is like that Simone Biles situation where she was just so good that she was being penalized for being that good, as opposed to like, how about the competition just step up?
I think by having the competition step up moving forward, it will change the landscape of content creation in a manner that a lot of people might stop because they won't be able to keep up, which is fine. But like, he's already the bar right now. And it's hard to say that because he's the second most sub streamer. So he's doing all of this to achieve a goal.
Former first.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying he's going about it in this manner to achieve a goal that he's trying to reach. So someone surpassed him in something. And I looked at who was it, someone called Iron Mouse.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
It's a freaking VR chat streamer, I guess. So a VR chat streamer got over 300,000 subs, goes crazy. So he's going these great lengths to beat that. But now moving forward, by going these great lengths, I kind of feel a way that DDG even showed that. Because now it's a thing of, now that people know they're trying to disqualify him for things, right? When it's like, you knew better. Like, let me not say you knew better because they kind of let him back there. But like, if you've worked production, you don't show the control room, right? You're not showing behind the curtain, right? Like, we have a producer, right? But we don't have the camera on him right now. But can you say hi to the people? Is that mic on?
What's that on?
Huh?
Sound.
Is that but you
So-
but you see what I'm saying? Like he's that you know that someone's there, but when you do that and you give behind, like I don't know, he's now raising the bar for everyone moving forward, and I don't think that's fair.
That's not so bad.
Right?
I don't think that's bad.
You say that now, but now all the streamers are going to be raised. Like what? Not every streamer is about to have a production team. They're all going to be using
But I mean,
Black
if
Magics.
that
They're all going to be using Black Magics.
if that deters you, then you don't want it.
True, but then you know what? That might be the culling.
Because that's the same thing that happened with YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
YouTubers started at like the bottom with like 720p cameras and basic ass mics, and eventually built it up to the point where now you're like Markiplier, who makes whole freaking productions on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Now these YouTubers are literal millionaires.
I think that
So the space just progressed to that point, and I think the Twitch streaming space is getting to that point, like YouTube did with normal Let's Players and whatnot. It's getting to the point now. It's like, all right, people are putting a real effort into it, and even in that case, like streaming is becoming a new TV now,
true.
and people like Kai are treating it as such. He has a production team, all these different cameras, camera angles, panning shots, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because this is what the kids watch. They watch these things for hours at a time. This is what the youth are watching these days. So they're not just watching regular TV anymore like we did. They're not being weirdos and nerds like us just watching pre-programmed shows. They watching live streamers, man.
So I
Look up to these people.
So then the general consensus moving forward is everyone else step it up.
Step it up.
Step it up.
Or have two different tiers of awards. Because like you said, you don't want to put Kai up against somebody who's like an amateur in the space, or somebody who just literally can't compete with him because they don't have the money to have like 15 Black Magic cameras. You have
to
and
understand.
you're also right, it will deter people. So you might have to put him in a whole different league, him and creators like him in their own league, and because you're not gonna put an amateur actor up against like Brad Pitt or something, bro. In terms of like actor of the year. You have the Emmys for a reason. Once you reach that level of acting, you will get yourself not the Emmys, an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Like you will reach that level once you get to that space, once you reach that level. Feel me? And there are other awards on the way up there that you can get. And the same thing with like Game Awards. You have the Game Awards, you got other assortment of Game of the Year awards that aren't just the Jeff Keighley thing. You know what I'm saying? But each of them have a certain like different type of what's the word I'm looking for? Like it matters differently. You know what I'm saying? Like
the importance is different.
Exactly. The importance is different. Like you can have a shit ton of Game of the Year awards, but if you don't get the one that matters the most to the public, that lets you know like, yeah, you're there, it won't really matter. Okay. So I think they need to do that with streamers now. Like put them in a different league, and then, also have another league for people that are up and coming. And when they get past that, put them in that league. Now you can compete with like Kai or Aiden or whoever this VR tuber is. Now you can compete with people of those sorts of fan bases and stuff. But just don't have everybody all together, because you will like dissuade people from wanting to even do that. Because anybody, I can't compete with that. And Kai's young. He gonna be in the game for a minute. So it's not like he's like doing this. He's like 40 or something. He's like, I'm done. I made my money. I'm out. He's in his early 20s. He got plenty of time.
I don't even think he's past the age of 22 yet.
Exactly. He's got plenty of time to progress this even further than where he's at now.
Well, shout out to Kai Cenat. Big New York in the building. You feel me?
Yeah, big New York. I'm so glad for his success. Like,
100%.
Long story short, don't disqualify him because he's better than you. You know what I'm saying? Don't disqualify him because he's being better than everybody else. That doesn't make sense.
Yo, listen, word of the day, step your cookies up.
It's not his fault. That's
Step
how they
your
want to
cookies up.
categorize it. If they want to, like I said, separate the two. separate regular folk from, high-end folk. He's a high-end folk.
But then also high-end folks step your cookies up as well.
Exactly. Now the high-end
step it
folk
up.
people got to step it up to match him.
Mm-hmm. He should.
Like right
gave
now,
that a
he
sauce
the
by mistake.
2016 Golden State, where he's beating everybody, and the league had to match them.
Yo.
And now what? Like the league had to match Steph Curry. Now everybody's shooting threes in the league now. So he's the Steph Curry of the streaming thing right now, bro. Everybody got to match him. It is what it is.
All right. Well, until next time, and Shitty Butt will be here. Shitty Butt will be here. I am Greg.
It's your boy Luther.
And we're out. Like, comment, and subscribe, and do the things. Yeah. All right. Later. Shitty Butt.
It's a shitty butt, bro.
Shitty Butt.